to another episode of the LSMN Press Box. Been off for, I think, a month.
In a month.
We
Yeah,
had a crazy couple weeks. We're trying not to do the Press Box on the same weeks that we do our overtime episodes. But the ice storm all the way back in February kind of made it to where we couldn't do another Press Box till about this week. Trying to play catch up and everything like that. But with spring break coming up, we'll have a few episodes of Press Box this week, maybe the week after spring break as well. But since we've been off, we got to talk about a bunch of sports going on. But as joining me, I feel like as always, almost now, we try to change it up as much as possible. But now we got Alex and we got Aiden joining on everything. We're going to kick off real quick because we are limited on time a little bit on this one with some recap of the Winter Olympics. Big things. The U.S. got the most medals they've ever gotten in a Winter Olympics. They got the most golds they've ever gotten in a Winter Olympics at 12. The total was 26, 33, something.
Yeah.
It was something like that. I think it was actually 33 now that I think before the hockey started we were at 26. And then there was a few other little sprinkled ones with hockey, but big thing out of the Olympics for the US men's and women's team. Men's the little bit bigger deal, not because men's versus women's, just the fact that the men's hadn't won in such a long time.
This is kind of expected for the women.
For the men's ice hockey, 46 years?
Yeah, 1980. In a minute, yeah.
And then we got finally a 2-1 overtime victory over Canada. The women did the exact same thing. They won 2-1 in overtime over Canada. Arguably, the more important goal again was the Jack Hughes game winner, but the women's game winner was an insanely awesome one. I think it might have been better than the Jack Hughes. What do y'all think?
In terms of skill, I think iconically Jack Hughes will be that'll be the bigger moment for sure. But I think it was Megan Keller. I think that'll be remembered as I guess the more skilled goal because she had to dance around the defender and then backhanded in. So that was pretty impressive as opposed to Hughes who just kind of shot it in basically. But
sure,
I mean both great goals though.
The Hughes one is all set up by I think it's Austin Matthews.
It was Werenski.
Werenski?
Yeah.
That cut across everybody's face and allowed Hughes more space to shoot, which was really, really awesome. But yeah, the Keller goal, she put on just insane amount of athleticism or anything like that to snag that and for us to sweep hockey. Which is awesome to me.
Crazy. I feel like the most common sentiments have been the women's team was the better team out of the two U.S.
Oh yeah, they were crushing everybody.
They were more convincingly winning.
Yeah, they only gave up 3 goals the entire tournament.
Yeah.
And so the women, I feel like it's the same way in soccer. The women, we kind of almost expect them to win, or at least be in the top 2-3.
Yeah.
I know the last World Cup for the women didn't go well, but guys we're come on, we're hoping. But women were expecting them to win because of the success they've been able to have over several years. Because I want to say this is the 5th gold medal for the women.
I think so.
Since '92.
It's been really consistently just top.
And they almost every other time it's been silver. So it's real nice. A little recap of the important Olympics going on there. Then I guess we'll move on to a little bit more local stuff. And what I'm wearing today, a Dallas Stars jersey. The Stars, arguably the hottest team in the NHL right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have won 12.
12 straight.
It's 13 out of 14 right now.
Yeah, I was going to say 12 out of their last 13 games.
Yeah, something.
Because they were on a 10-game league winning streak. went to Colorado came here, I should say. Hey, Colorado able to pick up the victory there, but then they went back and won two more straight.
Yeah.
So, well, I guess
Yeah,
you're
so 12 out of 13.
Yeah, 12 out of 13, 13 out of 14, whatever it is.
Yeah.
They just picked up the victory last night in a 2-1 game. Off the press box, Aiden, you were talking about Jake Ottinger not being the guy. He looked like the guy last night.
I will say he was amazing last night, and it was a very sloppy game from the Stars. I think, in my opinion, just the offense was not there like the whole game. I thought, but Ottinger picked up the slack, and that's obviously what they needed in a game like that. He had like 24 saves, and he was making all the right saves. The only save he didn't get was Jack Eichel, and he had a perfect shot basically. So, I mean, nothing but great things to say about him last night.
So he's midway through the league in save percentage, and that was your point when we were just making stuff for overtime and things like that in the class.
Yeah,
Just talking about it in class. You said he's not the guy because he's just average.
just
or
like
anything
this
that.
year. I mean, like before he's had like a save percentage of like 923 or like 911, but like it just feels like this year he's not been like quite on his game as compared to like he's giving up more goals that he wouldn't give up in previous years.
The question I would present to you: would you rather him have a save percentage of say .850, even 890, like below 900?
Yeah.
For the regular season, get to the playoffs, and then the playoffs he become that 900 guy because it does
I
feel
feel
like
it swaps because like
Yeah.
in the playoffs last year, like he wasn't that good, and
Mhm.
like in the past he hasn't really been that good except for against the Flames that 1 year. But yeah, he seems to kind of switch it, and maybe this year's different.
The Flames, that was what
22.
22.
Yeah.
That was his contract year, right?
I think yeah, when he signed the 8-year deal,
Yeah.
because it was like, okay, this guy is our guy now.
Right. And so I think he can be the guy.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
don't know if he's ever going to be like Vasilevsky or something like that,
No.
but I think he can be a top 10 goalie.
It's just weird for it because like I don't. There are like certain goalies, and they're like you can point out like one skill of theirs that's like that's their thing. Like Connor Hellebuck, it's like his positioning, and then like Vasilevsky, like he can do everything. He can move around. He's really big. But like with Ottinger, I don't know if there's one defining characteristic. I guess he makes big saves a lot, but like I don't know. Other than that, like he didn't really have a skill that jumps off the page.
Well, he's a bigger guy
Yeah, he is.
for the NHL right now. A lot of goalies under 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah, DeSmith's like
and
5'9". He's as big as I am.
And Otter is pretty tall at 6'5". So
Yeah.
he's a big dude. Maybe doesn't move as well. There was a while that the NHL went to those bigger goalies, like the 80s, 90s. He had to be like a 6'5" kind of guy.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, in like the mid 2000s, we're like, hey, Tim Thomas is 5'8". Let's throw him back there.
It worked.
It worked because he could move a lot better, everything like that. I think the thing we'll move on just because we got upcoming games for the Stars, but really the big thing is Otter played well last night. They get a win.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that upset me last night as well, happening on my second TV, the World Baseball Classic.
Oh wow!
And
Yeah,
the U.S.
not a great showing at all.
losing to the Italians.
The best names in baseball, I think. Best named lineup, I feel like. Team Italy.
Absolutely.
Got Vinny Pasquantino, Dominic Canzone.
Who are all born in the United States. Like
It's close enough, It's all right.
I mean, as somebody put it, it's the Americans from Italy playing the Americans from Mexico to make sure the Americans play more baseball.
yeah, that's basically how it is.
So yeah, I think it's like Italy doesn't have it. So if they win,
If Italy wins tonight,
U.S. is
the
gonna win.
U.S. is good.
Oh, they're good.
They're
Yeah,
good.
so maybe Mexico
The
to
only
lose.
scenario they are out is if Mexico gets
Mexico win
4 or less and they win.
Yes.
It's super weird, but it's pretty unlikely to happen, but it definitely could.
Yes. The U.S. beat Mexico. Pretty fun game.
That was a really good game. I feel like
Paul Skeens pitched pretty well.
he got run support.
He got run support.
He probably has never.
And then Bobby Witt Jr. made 2 of the best shortstop plays we've seen.
Yep.
Probably in the past 10 years.
Yeah,
I think on that big a stage, I feel like he just looked really calm out there.
I really like Bobby Witt. We went to the same high school. He's a little bit younger than me, but both went to Colleyville Heritage. I knew his older sister actually. She graduated with me, Shaylee. She was a head cheerleader, athletic. I want to say her older sister was on the dance team, so a super athletic family.
Yeah.
Coming from Bobby Witt, who's a great baseball player in his own right.
Mm-hmm.
And then now you got Bobby Witt Jr. Out here making insane plays. Actually, his wife too plays softball.
Oh wow, I didn't know.
She's a professional softball player. I couldn't tell you the team.
No.
But she went on a full ride scholarship to want to say Louisiana, the Raging Cajuns.
Yeah.
Went there, played softball, and I want to say it was that college. And now she's a professional softball player and all that.
Yeah, I feel like is it ASUL now? Like the main softball league?
I think so, yeah.
People care more about college softball than I couldn't tell you the name of any professional softball league.
Well, I know
well, it's hard to watch. It's kind of like the women's soccer league. Probably more people would watch women's soccer because they do really well ratings wise during like the World Cup, but the coverage is like
pretty.
It's minimal. I think the women's soccer's on FanDuel right now, which used to be Bally's, which used to be Fox Sports Southwest.
Even FanDuel still is closed down, I think.
Is FanDuel finally gone?
I know, because I think it was the Giants or whatever. They recently had to back out of their for baseball, the San Francisco Giants. They had to back out of their deal because they're just making their own network, like how Rangers did.
Right.
So I think
teams are just the only last teams on it because there's a bunch.
I think there's a lot of teams they're starting to switch off of it because I think it's still in debt because all they did was change the name.
Right.
They didn't really do much.
Well, Bally's got bought out by FanDuel.
Yeah.
You can't even find a Bally's casino anymore or anything like that. So, I don't know what they're covering, whether it be smaller league things or anything like that.
Yeah, but I think AUSL, I think has a chance. I mean, it just started 2 years ago, so it's still small. But I feel like if they did push, I feel like it'd be cool. It's on ESPN too.
Yeah, it's usually on ESPN something.
Yeah.
It's just random times of the day. Kind of. It doesn't feel like it's like the MLB where it's Sunday night or. I feel like a lot of times you turn it on, it's 11 o'clock on a Sunday or 11 o'clock on a Saturday when people are kind of doing things. You're out going, if it's Sunday, there's a lot of people down here in the South in the church or doing chores, yard work, whatever. Same on a Saturday.
Yeah.
You've got all the stuff people doing, run all their go rounds, everything like that. Why, game day's a good show. Kind of gets people out of the stuff.
You look forward
that's
to
college
that.
football.
Yeah.
And even then, a lot of times people watch the first hour, go do stuff, watch the last hour. Even though I'm one to recommend, I tell you all the time, watch game day because it helps with what we do for overtime and things like that. But yeah, hard to check it out. That's been something about the World Baseball Classic that's been really annoying.
Yeah.
The Italy-Mexico game tonight is on Tubi.
Yeah, that's
where do I even pick up Tubi?
Yeah, and then
I know it's a free app, but
it's just really weird.
No, it says it's on FS1.
I got
they may have moved it. Originally, it was supposed to be on Tubi.
The Dominican Republic and Venezuela is on Tubi.
Yeah, I think they flipped those.
Yeah.
Probably because the Italian-Mexico game is more important now.
Stakes. The USA's manager DeRosa kind of jinxed him. Mark DeRosa, yeah, he kind of jinxed him yesterday. He was in an interview, and they're he's yeah, we'd like to win this game, even though there's no way we can be eliminated. And no one decided to correct him, even though they very well could be.
I think you kind of saw that with the lineup he put out, the pitching decisions he kind of made.
Yeah.
He kind of felt we don't have to win, even though they really did need to win.
Yeah, especially because they looked so defeated out. Like, that was a really, really bad loss until I think PCA hit a homer, I believe.
Why was he picked? Like, I remember seeing, I remember seeing that. I'm like, okay, yeah, he played in MLB, but like why? Like, it just seems so random.
It's probably because he was the last manager for Olympics, right?
I think so. Yeah, there's some sort of pull there. I feel like
the last Olympics was like 2020, but nobody watched that.
Well, yeah, but he would have been a minor league coach back then, right?
Yeah.
Before he got to Arizona, right? He's the Arizona coach.
Yeah. I can't
Mark
remember.
Could be.
He's like a TV analyst, or like he's always the guy on MLB.
Yeah, he's always
That's the only thing I know him from. Like, but he did play for a while.
He was.
Yeah. I know Canada versus Cuba right now. Winner go home.
Canada versus Cuba.
Yeah, FS2.
Who does Canada have?
Naylor brothers. That's all I can think of right now. Is both Naylors.
Mark DeRosa was a Ranger. Look at that.
Oh yeah, that sounds familiar.
But I mean, overall, like, I feel like this year just kind of made me realize how boring Team USA is. I feel like you watch any other game and every other team, no matter how bad they are, hit one hit, one homer, and they are so hype. Yeah. And I feel like Team USA is just trying to be like the Yankees, and it's just like really just.
Well, when the captain's from the Yankees, I mean.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's just, man, like, show some emotion.
Not much pizzazz.
Yeah, like watching like Junior Caminero take 40 seconds on his home run. It's like
I don't know. I think
well, it's like
y'all weren't alive during the Dream Team, the original Dream Team. That original Dream Team, they didn't show any emotion because it was a job to do. It wasn't to go have fun while playing. Like, some of these teams, they're just out having fun.
Yeah.
Because they don't expect to win. Now they're starting to win, like Italy, playing pretty well, not expecting to win. They're just having fun as much as they can. Whereas the U.S., we're expected to win, so we do want to take it a bit more serious. But yeah, it should be some emotion.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know.
Who was it? Kike that said he liked playing in the World Baseball Classic more than playing in the 5 World Series he's played in, which is kind of wild.
Every player, I feel like any player, especially like the ones on the national team, like they treat playing for their like country so much more, like it's much more important than any of like the World Series things. That's why I also think the Skubal thing really annoys me, because why even sign up to be on the team if you are going to throw 55 pitches against the worst team in the World Baseball Classic?
Yeah, like just stay home at that point.
Yeah, and then.
Was it? I mean, it's not his decision to throw 55 pitches, right? It's the Tigers saying that, right?
But then, like, afterwards, he just kind of did like the whole thing was like, well, I mean, like, I could maybe stay in the finals, and then he just like the next day was like, actually, no, I'm not. I'm going home. It just was really weird because like I feel like it ended up being like the biggest story out of the World for like the first week of the Baseball Classic was how much Skubal was going to pitch when there was so much better stuff going on and so much more to focus on. I feel like it was just really annoying how the main story was just if this person really wants to be in it or not.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I don't know how to because it's a contract year for him. He's in a pitiful arbitration case with the Tigers who always lowball people.
Well, I don't get it because they went out and signed Valdez to that ginormous deal, but then like you don't want to pay a guy who's like better, like by a lot. Like,
I think they know they're not gonna get him because one, he's a Boris client, which means the chance of him resigning is next to nothing. And then 2, has
any Boris client ever signed with their original team?
If you technically want to count Monty, but I don't think that counts. Jordan Montgomery. But that was
with the Yankees. Was his first team?
Yeah, he went Yankees, then Cardinals. I believe. Then he traded him from the Cardinals, I believe.
Yeah. It was like. So
Yankees, I don't know if there's a team in between Yankees and Cardinals, but
I don't think so.
No. So yeah, and then we went to Rangers. Horrendous contract with the Diamondbacks, and then
take the money and
I think like a $1 million deal for the Rangers. Something like it was similar to the Patrick Corbin deal last year, I believe.
Yeah, and
the thing about Boris is he's getting almost ousted by all of the GMs. They're starting to like play his game because he was the guy to get A-Rod the first $300,000 contract or $300 million.
Yeah.
Then he got Bryce Harper his $400 million.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And then I don't think he's Shohei. Is he?
Shohei, I think he.
No, he isn't.
No.
I found a list.
Yeah, he was. I know he had Alonzo. Which
did he have Pete?
And I mean, he got a pretty big contract. It wasn't as big as what he could have gotten maybe a year or two ago, but I think it's still a decent contract for an aging first baseman whose last couple seasons have been good, but I think for his standards have been a little bit more down.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, he won't be like how he was in 2019 because he hasn't been that since.
Were juiced
yeah, he hasn't been that since 2019. But I mean, obviously last year I think he was better, but 2024 he was just not good. Like at least for his standard, he was just a very average hitter in 2024.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of y'all out there don't know. I worked for the Grand Prairie Air Hogs for 12 years, 10 years, something like that. They had a lot of guys come through that were actually Boris clients.
Mm-hmm.
They were like former first round picks. They didn't want to go to the team they wanted to go to. They came and play independent baseball for 6 to 7 games, and that like reset their contract. We actually had, I want to say 4 or 5 guys that were Boris guys in like a 2-year stretch come through, and we ended up winning the championship with a few of them. But they were like some of the most interesting guys because it didn't feel like they were like on the team. Yeah. But like they showed up, pitched, left, and then came back and like pitched again or something like that. So like the Boris client thing is weird. But another weird thing I think of when watching the World Baseball Classic, I don't know how y'all feel about this because y'all saw more of the tail end of their careers.
Yeah.
Of Yachty being Puerto Rico's manager.
Yeah.
And Albert being the DR manager. I can't get over the fact that like these heroes of mine from my childhood are managers with their glasses down at the end of their nose, looking at the lineup card.
It makes you feel really old.
It makes me feel ancient.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't. Do y'all think that looks weird? Like former players, I kind of like it, but former players being the managers.
I mean, I think the only comparison like I can think of like right now is like I know like seeing Beltre on Rangers Sport, like the RSN network, because I know he's like a pre-game analyst. So I feel like that's kind of like one of those things. Like that's kind of weird. I've watched him play for a good bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say I remember too much of it because we were pretty bad around the time. But like I watched a lot of him playing, so now it's kind of odd to see him on there. I mean, it doesn't make me feel ancient because I mean I'm not as old as you.
I would say my
You're much older
example,
than me.
It's an odd one, but it's Devin Harris on the Mavs. Like I remember him being like he was kind of like Dirk's like I don't want to say right hand guy, but he just always seemed to be playing. And now seeing him doing like analyzing, I'm like that's so weird. Like I used to watch him and like I enjoyed watching him play, and now he's like an analyst. Like it doesn't make sense. He was just playing like 5 years ago.
Yeah. I feel that same way about David Murphy. You brought up the RSN.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The David Murphy being up there, I'm like, shouldn't he still looks pretty young too? It's like, shouldn't he be in the outfield?
Yeah.
Why is he taking the day off to
pretty good?
Do this? Yeah. He lives somewhere in the area, like just around here. Like he stayed local, unlike some of the Rangers who went back home and stuff like that. But we'll transition Mavs. Since the last time we were here, finally got rid of Anthony Davis.
Yeah, Anthony Davis is gone.
They didn't really get much back for him.
No,
better than I think you could have hoped.
I'm glad they got rid of, like, no matter the return, like it's the experiment was over the day it happened. But like
the problem is, it wasn't necessarily an experiment. I feel like whoever out there justifies it that way as an experiment didn't look at like the big picture of everybody knowing that the Mavericks want to move to Vegas.
Yeah.
And that the former GM was best friends with the Lakers owners and sent the best player in the NBA to the Lakers when the ratings are down, when LeBron looked like he was going to retire rather than staying for another year.
Yeah, it's
all now he's probably gonna definitely retire because he has not been.
LeBron's been awful this year.
Not been his year. Lost the 10-point or the double-digit point streak that he had like his entire career, and it's just overall not been much of a factor.
Luka's never gonna win with the Lakers. Like,
you don't think he would ever win with the Lakers? So
no.
Next year, Lakers retool, get rid of LeBron, get rid of.
I mean, maybe, but like
LeBron's son.
Definitely possible, just considering the fact that when we made the finals, I mean, at the start of the year, it was him and Kyrie, and like that was really good. But outside of that, we didn't have a crazy amount of depth until we got Washington and Gafford. So like it was a couple trades from making the finals or not. So I think I think it was how good of a player he is. I think there's still definitely a chance he can get there with the Lakers if they retool right.
Yeah, I mean, he's only like 26 still, but like
when is his contract up?
2028.
28. Is it 28 or 29?
I think it's 28.
It's 28.
28. Okay.
Needs to come home.
Could he come back? Like
Dumont and
I don't think it happens.
The problem is
I think they all got to be gone. Like
I don't think the Dumont family is going to sell the Mavs. I think they're going to move before 28.
I think that's like the big problem. If they move, I'm done. Like obviously I'm not watching.
Well,
that.
yeah, I think like even if the Stars moved out of Texas, I wouldn't want to be a Stars fan.
I mean, I think I would want to be a Stars just because like the atmosphere around the Stars has always been like positive, but like with the Mavs, like I'm already not happy. I don't watch them currently. Like it's just there's no point in watching. It's not fun to watch.
Cooper Flag though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Cooper Flag fan, but
So next year, Cooper Flag, Kyrie, what?
I don't understand.
Still around?
Like
that your big three?
I think Clay's done after this year.
Clay's
done
after this. Celtic.
I think we still have. Do we still have Washington?
Yeah. I don't get like on paper. I don't get how they're so bad. Like there are good players on this team. Like I guess you don't have Lively and like Kyrie, but like I don't know how they're 20 games under. Like there's still some really good players here.
I think it's just the new NBA, and the way you have to score in this new
NBA. They don't have very many scorers.
Even 5 years ago, it's changed. Like we had the 90s bully ball.
Yeah.
You couldn't get to the basket. If you did, you were awesome. Then it transitioned into like the mid-range jumper with like Kobe and Dirk and all them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was Steph hitting all the threes.
Yeah.
And now we've gotten to this weird time of like threes plus fouls.
Threes, fouls, and there's one more thing. Oh, I guess it kind of is threes, but like literally everybody can shoot a three. Like there's not a player in the NBA that isn't able to. Like and like basketball is like just positionless these days.
It's definitely positionless because you have a freak who's it down in San Antonio? Wemby, yeah.
Yeah.
He's what, 7'2",
7'5",
and he shoots threes. He can post you up. He can dribble the basketball really well. It's not like he's like, I feel like you go back to like Paul Gasol. He was a center.
Fundamentally,
he couldn't dribble.
Player.
He could be awesome as a center. Couldn't dribble. Couldn't shoot.
Yeah.
Great defense. Great rebounding. Able to put in layups, dunk, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But couldn't shoot and couldn't dribble the ball. Now everybody, if you're in the NBA, you have the handles that Steve Nash had back in the 90s kind of thing. Like even if you are 7'5" or whatever it is.
It's just all based on like skill, and like I just don't like how it's played these days.
Yeah, basketball is in a weird spot. I don't know how they fix it. I don't know if it's getting rid of some of the fouls, but they're losing ratings.
Yeah.
Like crazy. And they don't have interest in any of the players really.
Yeah.
Like Luka's one of the biggest stars, but is he on any commercials? Like baseball players are starting to overtake commercials, and baseball hasn't marketed their guys at all ever. I mean,
outside of Shohei just being like everything outside of America. I think that's the only like big market.
Yeah, outside of America, baseball's always been good, but like Mike Trout never got the recognition he deserved and things like that. But now I'm starting to see more and more like Aaron Judge, even Bobby Witt Jr. on commercials, like just random commercials. Doesn't have to be even a baseball commercial. But you're getting them on more than NBA stars, which is kind of wild. They have bad TV deal because they're on a different network every single night. Mm-hmm. I don't know where to watch the games. Like, you know, if you're a fan of the Mavericks, you have to either guess at two networks. They're either on WFA or they're on the WFA sister channel that only half the people in DFW get.
Yeah. Well, I feel like part of it is that's kind of causing the issue is how media marketed basketball for so many years, because for the longest time, it like on ESPN and everything, it became just like it became football, and then what is LeBron doing right now? And that has been it. So if you only market one person as the only important player in the league, once that player is gone, you kind of what else do you have?
Yeah, and like, how are you supposed to market like stars like SGA? Like, it's just not like market. Like, in my opinion, I don't like the way that he plays, and like, it's like I'm trying to explain because like you said, like LeBron, like he's easy to like market. Like he's got a unique name. He plays like nobody else does. But like the stars of today, like SGA, like how do you market him? Or like how do you market Jokic? Like he's not gonna want to be in like a commercial or a.
I mean, you could put him in a commercial. He has a contract that says you have to do what we say or whatever.
Yeah.
But like SGA should be a super marketable guy. He's a young, he's 22?
He's very super young.
He connects with a lot of young people because he probably plays video games that they do. Can do all the dances.
They marketed Giannis whenever he was top of the league.
I feel like there's just a negative opinion around SGA.
I think that's just like the sport opinion of negativity because of all the fouls he's kind of created because the way they call the fouls now and everything like that. But I don't think he's like a negative person or people actually dislike him necessarily.
I think it's just part of how the way the sport is played now. I feel like
the NBA, like it's a weird thing. The NHL has a really good TV deal because they've never had good TV deals. Now they do. You basically turn on your TV to TNT, you get a top level matchup Wednesdays and Saturdays. Then everything else is on ESPN Plus or a regional sports network kind of thing, Victory Plus, whatever streaming service. Super easy to find. MLB is getting close to that NHL model. The NFL is actually kind of going the way of the NBA.
It's it's kind of
too much streaming.
Everywhere.
That bubble might burst. I know football is king, but it might burst a little bit if we have to check out a Wednesday game on Netflix before.
Yeah, they're talking about doing a game before the day before Thanksgiving. That is
why
really weird.
Yeah, I really don't like that. I don't like Thursday night games. I don't like when they overtake Saturdays after college football is done.
Even during college football season this year, they countered with them.
Yeah. I don't think they did.
I feel like they had I think at least during playoffs or not playoffs, like around the end of the year, they had a Saturday game.
Oh well, they definitely did it during the college football playoff and bowl games. They always do that. It's as soon as like the regular season ends, they take over Saturdays. But college football should take that back. Like the national championship, I think we talked about it on the show.
Should
be on a Saturday, not a Monday. Everything like that. But the NBA's got to figure things out. They had a cool moment last night with Bam Adebayo. He dropped 83 points for the Heat last night.
43 free throws.
Yeah.
Most unethical 83 of all time.
Okay, so I was going to ask about that. Do y'all think it's the most unethical because if you go to say Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game, which
we don't know,
we don't know,
we don't think exists,
how it actually happened. We know the stats and the game reports that he was fouled 39 times in his 100-point game.
Have you seen like the videos of him playing basketball? Like I don't know if they could have been AI, but like on Twitter I've seen videos like people would just shoot it and he would grab it out of the air and put it in. Like I've seen videos of him doing that. So like I mean, who knows?
Some of that's AI probably, but
yeah.
I mean, he was a big guy, so I mean, if they just threw it up to him, why not? It's kind of like an early version of an alley-oop.
I feel
they didn't really know, like, LeBron's not throwing it to Wilt up there. Like, Wilt's probably seeing it go offline and grabbing it and throwing it in kind of thing.
Yeah, like, I feel like obviously it's still a very impressive outing. I think it was still a huge number, but I think it is less a reflection on, like, Bam's, like, skill level and more just, again, how the game is now. I mean, I think the end of that game, it was legit just every 5 seconds they fouled him again over and over. That's the only way to stop him because he was really good last night. It's just how the game is played now. So it feels like there should be more of an asterisk next to the 83.
And like if you look at Luka's 73-point game, he shot like 25 out of like 30 and had 15 free throws. Like that I think is a much better game than what he did. Bam didn't even shoot 50% last night. Like he was just putting up buckets and shooting free throws. Like it just wasn't good in my opinion. Like 83 points is very, very hard to get. Like that's only happened like one other time, or only one other person's gotten more than that, but like still it's like 36 free throws made, not even shooting 50%. Like I just can't like get excited about it.
Yeah, it's a little bit harder to watch. I remember when Kobe scored 81, that felt insane, but I heard the stat this morning. He had 28 free throw attempts in that 81. So you do have to have free throw attempts to get toward that 80 or above 60 kind of thing. Because what's LeBron's highest? Like 68, 67, something like that?
Yeah, it's
like you said, Luka's got a 70.1. Didn't like Lynn's sanity go off for like 61 game?
I don't know if it was ever that high, but I remember he had like
it was something crazy. So like you have some good outliers. I want to say like Steph has a 50 or 60 game probably.
Had one. I know last year, or not last year, like 2 years ago, there was a bunch of really big. Like Karl Anthony Towns, I think had a 50-point game. There's another there was some really random huge point games like 2 years ago. Same year, Luka dropped 73.
Lillard had a 71-point game a couple years ago.
There you go, Kawhi with 71, and it means something. But I was listening to Get Up on the way in to work today because I can turn it on in my truck and then turn it on in the classroom when I get here or anything like that. Somebody called the 83 inspirational, and I don't know about that.
What?
They were saying that like everybody got the notification on their phone, turned on the game. I couldn't even tell you if the game was on. I
did not check it out.
I saw a thing on my phone that said he had 30 in the first quarter, and I was like, oh, okay, he'll probably end up with like 50 because he'll slow down. But then I didn't even hear about it the rest of the night until I go into bed, and it's like, oh, he dropped 83. I'm like, whoa. Like, I didn't heard about it.
I will say, kind of unrelated, but I saw on Twitter this morning some person tweeting out at like 6 p.m. before the game even started that Bam Adebayo will drop 73 tonight. He was wrong, but he was really close.
Yeah.
I mean, future teller. Is it just because they were playing the Wizards? Or?
Maybe.
I mean, talk about a bad team. We were talking about the Mavs being bad. The Wizards, I couldn't name a single player on there. Like, I feel like I can't name a player on the Wizards
Anthony
since
Davis.
like John Wall.
Yeah,
is that what
Jaden Hardy?
Jaden Hardy. Most of our team.
There was another Mavs player that went there.
Like
there was another one. I can't remember. Oh, it was Russell. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, we gave him a lot.
Alrighty. Well, there we go. we'll figure out all that going in. We'll talk more about it and say maybe on Friday we might do another press box here, something like that. But let's get to some more fun topics, I guess. Formula One started. It was a race.
It was a race.
Snooze fest.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it was a snooze fest.
It was like it was interesting. It's just not fun to watch when you're watching racing and they're racing to see how fast they can tire save or energy save. It's like,
well, that was always the thing in the previous cars, was how good are your tires and how much DRS you could get or whatever to get to a passing point. Because that's all McLaren built their car for the last 2 years, when they finally won the constructors and then finally got Lando the drivers champion. They just built a car that could save its tires as long as it could. They didn't build the fastest car.
No.
They just built a car that had the best tires, and that got really annoying to watch. No passing got really annoying to watch. I think after one race, we need to all calm down about the engines. I don't love it, because I am one to say it shouldn't be Formula E, should be Formula One. Should have engine power, not worry about battery power with the cars.
I didn't like all the jargon they were throwing around, like hitting like the, I don't remember the term they used, but
button.
Yeah, like just all of that.
Oh, yeah,
like
that
just
felt very
go fast.
Yeah,
like,
that was very Formula E, like having the boost.
Yeah.
They used to, what was the old abbreviation? They had it like really
ERS.
No, they had a really dumb abbreviation for the new system. It was like MOM, I think.
Oh, you mean in Formula E?
I'm talking for F1. Like over the off season, it was MOM, and then they changed it to just calling it Boost.
Okay.
I think it's like, I feel like on paper, I think it's better than DRS was.
I don't mind having an overtake mode, but like when you give them like all these like
I think that's the problem. You don't need an overtake button. We don't need like extra boost to get past somebody. That shouldn't ever be a thing. But the active arrow system, I do like. As long as you're within a second of the car in front of you, you get active arrow wherever on the track. Doesn't have to be just down a certain length of straight.
Yeah.
Or anything like that. I do like that. I do like the narrow tires, the narrow cars.
Yeah.
The wing being a lot closer in. I like a lot of the changes. Just don't like the fact that we're waiting on somebody to gather battery before they can go on attack or defend. Because like there was 120 overtakes or something like that. F1 put out a big graphic about it. And the previous year there was 45.
Yeah.
I would be fine with 45 overtakes instead of 120 if it meant the racing was just good, like close. Because that was even the thing with this race. You got behind Verstappen, who was in 6th, and it was 50 seconds to the next car or something like that.
Yeah.
I want 22 cars all within a minute of each other.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it felt very similar
10
to like,
seconds each would even be closer, as long as there's just not a giant gap.
Yeah, it felt very similar to how like whenever the new Super Speedway package came out for NASCAR, and like, oh, look at all the passing, like this is the most lead change we've ever had in a race, and it's just
literally just cars going back and forth.
Same two cars passing each other by like very small margins. So it's like, yeah, there's more passing. It's not more interesting though. Like it's not fun to watch when it's just two lanes gridlock. And I feel like this is the same thing where it's like, yeah, they have passes, but when they're going, even in qualifying, they're having to worry about saving their tires in qualifying, when that is the one time you should be going full throttle the entire, like as much as possible. It just seemed very messy. Like they had a lot of things to work out.
Yeah, I think they have a decent concept. I think they can't wait till 2031 or whatever it is to get another rules package in there. I think they've got to like meet with the owners of the teams and be like, we have to do something about this.
Yeah, it's just hard because it's like, what can you do? Because I mean, that's so much cost that went into developing and everything. It's not like a quick fix that you can like simply is like whenever they had the issue with the front wings like a couple years ago with Mercedes. Like that's not, you can't have a simple fix that changes it. It's just these cars themselves, like the engine and everything.
I would love it if they somehow could figure out the cost of it to just put the engines from last year into these cars. Even though I don't love the engines from last year, I really want to go back to like the 2008, 2010 engine.
Yeah, the ones that like screaming. Like I
was never one that was a fan of the sound of those engines, but at least they were full horsepower. Didn't rely on battery, that kind of stuff. I know we're in 2026, and even NASCAR is going to more of a battery kind of
like
system
that.
And stuff. But it's racing. Like, we should have full throttle. I'm fine with electric cars out on the roadway. That seems great. Let's do more electric cars. Figure out how to get them reliably driving 1,000 miles or whatever, rather than like 400 like they can. Like, because 400 is a lot for like a Tesla or something. But the F1 cars relying on boost is going to be really evident, I think, this weekend or next weekend, whatever it is. This weekend in China and Shanghai, because they have that really long straight on the backstretch. Yeah, that's going to expose a lot. Because if they were not going full throttle in Melbourne, I don't know what's going to happen on that day.
Yeah, that's going to, I mean, whenever they get to Spa, that will be.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons Spa is only on the calendar every other year from now on, which is kind of a mistake.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the best. I mean, I'll always hate how the new schedule is just whatever street or whatever city wants a street race now.
I feel like that's what NASCAR is doing. Like, I know Chicago's gone, but like, I don't, like, why do you need to go to San Diego? Like, we have enough.
I'm okay with that because it's like you have 36 races. That makes sense. But when with F1 you have like 22, and now 12 to 15 of those are just random street tracks that aren't super entertaining. I feel like it's more annoying there, especially because there's not many street tracks that end up being that great.
They need to go back to some of the old tracks, like Malaysia and there are other ones like Korea, like this. Some of the older tracks, I think, like I like purpose-built tracks always over street races.
Well, if a certain war in the Middle East keeps happening, you might get your wish of more purpose-built tracks.
I don't know. They had airstrikes at Saudi last year, and they still raced. At Jeddah, they had like legit just like full-on bombing.
Like you could see it in
the
week
of. And they
but that wasn't like a full-scale kind of war kind of thing. I don't think.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how to put it politically correct. I don't. It's. They've got to decide. I would love for them if they can't do a certain track because of said war.
We're getting Mugello this year.
Yeah, go to Mugello or go to Portimao or something like that.
Italy.
Yeah, the other one.
Yeah.
Another Italian race.
Yeah.
Why not go back to the Nürburgring? I know they can't race the full ring, but they could race the.
I think it's like the infrastructure is like it's like kind of beyond.
Go back to Hockenheim.
Or like Hockenheim would be fine.
Yeah.
The Nürburgring needs to update their stuff, but honestly, if they can make freaking Vegas safe enough with all the potholes and stuff on the strip that they had to deal with, why can't they make an actual purpose-built Nürburgring into some sort of F1?
They should race around like the big circuit and see what happens.
I don't want that.
No.
That would be like a 10-lap race.
10-lap race.
Because
one safety car, it's over.
one lap in an F1 car, especially if they're saving battery boost.
Imagine the safety car laps. It would take like 20 minutes. Like
the one lap is like 6.5 minutes. Because like Max Verstappen set the record at the Nürburgring recently. It was 7:15 in a GT3 car. So we'll see what happens. Other racing, we got NASCAR.
It's been good this year.
It's decent.
I think
I don't like some of it because it feels like drivers, like one that's won 3 races and Tyler Reddick, have been rewarded for running about 15th, waiting till the last 10 laps, then going full out. And I know that's a strategy.
2 of his wins are on super speedway. It's like people are like, "Oh, he's the best driver in the world. Like he's gonna win the champ." Like he won at Daytona and Atlanta. Like winning a NASCAR race is very hard, no matter the track. But like he won there, he won at Atlanta, and then he won at a road course, which is like something he's very good at. Like I think people need to pump the brakes.
Speaking of purpose-built tracks, NASCAR needs to stop messing around and just run COTA
full COTA
the way COTA is meant to be run.
Yeah,
stop cutting off the back half.
Honestly,
I don't mind it though. Like
I think it's still obviously a really good race. It's become probably one of my favorite road course races in NASCAR. And I went to the first one, even though that race was not very good.
The 2021,
the one where Truex gets completely lit up because no one could see and it got range shortened. That one kind of sucked, but like I think overall it's still really good track. Yeah, I think removing an actual pass, like one of the biggest passing zones, was questionable. But also, it's the same thing with like why they won't go to Road America again. It's just those pace car laps take so long.
Road America pace laps take 6 minutes.
I feel like it's not hard, and I feel like F1 could figure this out too. Why don't we, for those, instead of pace car laps, do a virtual safety car?
Or why don't you make like a cutout like in the middle of the track so it doesn't take so like just cut through like a certain just carve out a patch of road.
The weird road they're using for the COTA, the track they're running, just use that for the pace car. Yeah, I would be totally on board with that. That would be a lot more fun to see. Like I want NASCAR to have that dive bomb in the 16 or whatever.
I mean, that's part of what made that
F1
one
has.
I think that was probably the biggest part of what made the Chastain, Bowman, and Allmendinger finish so good. Was that just insane spot where they're 3 wide going into each corner? Like it was insane. Probably one of the best finishes we've had. Last couple of years.
He was only able because of that, because Allmendinger was like 10 car lengths behind, and he just gets right behind him, and then through the next couple of corners, he moves him out of the way, and that sets up the finish. Like it's I think because the straight isn't. It's like a third of as big as it used to be coming out of that little like the double like left-hander now instead of the long straight. Like you can't really dive bomb as much as you could. I mean, you could still do it, but
it's kind of like the Daytona road course.
Yeah,
you can dive bomb into that bus stop or
you can,
or whatever they
Chase
call it.
Elliott was so good at doing that. I remember like they had the Busch Clash there that one year. That race was terrible,
so boring.
But Chase Elliott on the final laps like 8 lengths behind, and then he just like powers onto the brakes and gets right next to Blaney, and then neither of them win in the end, but he set up a really amazing finish.
Yeah. I just remember that race has my favorite trivia fact of Ty Dillon being the first 2311 driver.
That's a
because
good
he was
point. Yeah,
because he got pole in one race the year before, so 2311 was like, I mean, we'll just put you into 23, see what happens.
And he got pole because the year before was COVID, so it would have been like the metric system.
Yeah,
it was random or something because he couldn't have won.
Really
the pole
weird. I think it might have been stage wins. I think it was stage wins. Like he won a stage.
He won a stage at the Roval in 2020.
Oh, that might have been it.
I remember because like Rick Allen was like, and all the stage winners are or all the stage drivers are non-playoff drivers.
Yeah.
Ty Dillon wins stage 1.
That was the year. It was like raining during the Roval, so it was like kind of weird. Yeah.
Yeah, Denny wrecked like 3 times that day.
Yeah.
The other thing NASCAR needs to fix this driver system of be able to save your tires, win a race.
Yeah, I don't like that.
They need to fix the commercials.
Yeah, it's too
many. There are too many times. But Fox doesn't cut away in the middle of a pass in the middle of the NFL.
Well, I feel like it's just because they overpaid for their deal.
Well, maybe.
I think they overpaid on their deal, so they're just like overloading
that's something that's allowed.
I think Prime didn't have that issue as badly. I mean, I don't remember if NBC was as bad. I know they had their issues, but like.
Yeah, NBC doesn't feel as bad, but
I just think the broadcast in general for Fox is terrible. Like Mike Joy,
used
like
to be
just like the deadpan,
I think Mike Joy even hates it now.
Well, he's lost his fastball. Like he's not as excited. Like he can still be good at times, but he's not like he spins him and like he wins. Like that's like
it was just him screaming at Hocevar, taking the slightest spin at COTA was just an annoying thing. It's the last lap, and they're like, "Oh my god!" And they cut to Hocevar on the other end of the track, like slightly damage. Wasn't even going to be a caution if it wasn't the last lap. Like, it was just rough.
Yeah, I think he doesn't like the TV direction. That's why he sounds boring. It's kind of like
it rubs off on everybody. Like,
yeah, like, Poyer's so bad.
Alex, you're a wrestling guy. You kind of get this. It's kind of like JR. JR has some of the best wrestling calls, even though they're kind of like fed to him and whatnot.
Yeah.
In WWE, that like it, it's Austin moment. And he's like, son of a, and everything like that, or like anything with Kane, or all those like mid 2000s calls that JR had. Awesome. JR and AEW,
not great in AEW.
JR and AEW is at least a little bit better than JR in New Japan.
Oh, yeah.
Watching the New Japan stuff with JR at the call, I'm just like, oh my god. Shut up,
I think like what they have now, like where they bring them out, like where I don't think they can now just because health, but like when they brought him out for like main event matches, that's cool because you can tell he knows who they are. When they had him full time, you can like hear him. You can like, oh, he just learned who that is by looking at the scouting report on his like bunch of paper.
Yeah, he's like Willow Nightingale. Who the hell is that?
I have a fun fact. Today is the 6-year anniversary of that Thunder Jazz game that got canceled before it started, and then the NBA canceled the season after that.
Is today
That was 6 years ago.
Wow.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah. But
could tell we're on spring break almost.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I was gonna say, like, I think my biggest pet peeve with Fox, and it annoys me so much with their broadcast, there is no crowd audio.
There's no crowd audio.
No crowd audio.
Always
There's no
does a great
timing
job
power half the time.
I get it with 2020 when like they had no choice, but now it's been multiple years later. Why, when like especially it was so annoying during the Coda finish that we were just talking about. There's this huge moment happening, like they're wrecking each other to get to the line, and all you can hear is Mike Joy just kind of breathing into the mic. And it's like, why are like with NBC you hear all these big moments? I think remember like 2021, 22 playoffs, Harvick wrecking and like locking up at the Roval, and you hear the crowd going crazy. And it's like, why do we not have that now when we still have these big moments, but it feels so flat?
NBC's always nailed it, and I think it's especially shown through like when Chase Elliott wins, like when he won at Atlanta in 2022. He beat Corey LaJoie in that one finish. Like he took the lead with 2 to go, and you could hear the crowd, like it was louder than everything else. They were like and like that was the biggest thing, and like that's Fox needs to do like way better of a job of that because you never ever hear it. And it's just Engine and Mike Joy basically. Like
now we've got IndyCar that's going to be on Fox, right? Maybe.
I mean,
I don't know.
It is
right. I was like,
they're on Fox for Phoenix. Like I know. I mean, the ratings are still kind of like.
On Twitter, you would think IndyCar's back, baby. It's like 1992. They're going up against F1 because F1's engines are bad.
Well, they're in Arlington this weekend.
Yeah, they're in Arlington in a race that's going to probably suck and close down half the city for no reason. Yeah. They've got the Freedom 250 coming up.
I like how like I don't remember how it happened, but like I think Trump like tweeted it out of nowhere. He's like, "Oh, this is gonna happen," and then it ended up happening. Like that was.
I think it's
so crazy.
It's all weird to do. Again, non-purpose built races. Why are you racing around Washington D.C.?
Like it's cool, sure, but like,
sure. The idea of like, I think it's too many of like people my age.
Yeah,
grew up playing Need for Speed and we're like, dude, I want to race. Near the White House.
Wow.
But when you put it into like practicality,
it's not a good.
And you go look at like the track. Yeah. Tell me where anybody is going to make a move at that track.
It's too tight. Like, I remember...
It's too tight. There's not a single long braking zone. It's turn 90 degree, turn 90 degree,
That's
turn
what
90
it is
degree,
at Chicago
and a little bit of a round. Yeah, the Chicago race pissed me off.
It's off because it's a 90-degree turn. Like, how are you supposed to pass? Like,
exactly.
It's not a...
And then they all get stacked up
turn.
when that one person wrecks, and they're all just stuck.
Oh, yeah, I remember
Shane Van Gisbergen wins by 20 seconds.
Yeah,
but
so it just
especially like IndyCar, the Arlington thing. It's like it's whatever, but it's like, man, you had Texas right there. Like they were finally getting the Texas.
I was at the last race. Like
they were finally getting the Texas IndyCar races to be like good again because I know that like PJ1 that they put her on track ruined it, but then they kind of had it figured out. But then they immediately once they figured out like, oh, we got good racing, let's go to a street track in Arlington.
Part of it
reasons.
was NASCAR wanted their spring date back, and like it was just too close of a turnaround, I guess. But like IndyCar and
Y'all just did
NASCAR,
Phoenix on the
yeah,
same
that's what I'm
weekend.
saying. Like when they took it away, I'm like, why? Like I was at that race. Pato O'Ward like laps the field, although he doesn't win. Like it was the best IndyCar race. Like people were saying ever. Like that's how good it was, and then they just take it away. And like the fact that it was Texas, like was shocking. But
they need to go back to like the 2016 schedule. 2 NASCAR races a year at Texas, a IndyCar race at Texas. They need to bring back dirt track, drag, everything. Texas has a lot of people, a lot of crowd that brings, and good fans. Like it's the same in wrestling. The crowd in Texas like wants to watch stuff.
Yeah. Well, there's like one spot in Texas where wrestling just really sucks. I'm trying to think of the name right now.
El Paso.
El Paso. Yeah.
I mean DFW. I guess when I think of Texas, I know we live in DFW.
I know
Texas is massive, but I feel like when I say Texas, I mean
because there was that brief period where Raw every like month felt like it was in El Paso. Corpus Christi. There we go. That was the main one. The crowd is never good there. It is the worst crowd. I mean, like it's not amazing at DFW. Like whenever like Raw goes to, like Dickies or like American Airlines, it's not like the greatest crowd, but it's a lot better. I mean, they're pretty loud at moments to no end.
AEW's crowd always is really good.
AEW has some really good Texas crowds. I don't know why like that. I guess it's because they don't go there as much, but yeah, I feel like for WWE, they do not get as much reaction out of like the crowd as AEW does. Like or like when they went to the Collision residency in the esports arena, that was some fun crowds.
Yeah, it's only 3,000 people in there. Yeah, it sounds louder than some of the 10,000 arenas. Yeah, but we'll get back to more NASCAR, IndyCar, F1. Whatever discussion we're doing, we'll do it on Friday. We're running out of time with the school day just about to end over here at Tech East. So I guess for everybody in the back that we didn't hear from this time around because we didn't spend as much time on hockey or things like that, or random food items like we have in the past. For Alex, for Aiden, I've been Mr. Beals. That was the Press Box. We'll see you again, hopefully, on Friday.
Yeah. Going no music outro. All right.